Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about my thoughts on the new expansion that was announced, Legion. So, with Burning Legion, well not Burning Legion, with Legion being announced, I was a little, skeptical when I first seen it, because, there were some shaky things to it. I thought, is this, alternate Azeroth? And as I was looking at that, I was really hoping it wasn't alternate Azeroth. I was kind of tired of the whole alternate thing, so I was really nervous that it was going to be an alternate Azeroth. So, it really was looking as if it was going to be an alternate Azeroth at first. Especially with Gul'dan showing up with Illidan there, my first thought was, oh my god, here we go. But then later on finding out that it's Gul'dan in our timeline, I'm actually excited about that a little bit. Another thing that got me a little worried though was in fact the artifact weapons. With the artifact weapons, the first thing I was thinking of was, how are we all getting these legendary items, and why is it that we're going to be wearing them, wearing the same things that these, masters of like them, or not masters, but like heroes are going to be wearing. And as I did that, like it made me realize that, wow, this could really make no sense lore wise. But then, after looking into it and finding more out about it, it seems like it could work really well. My only worry about it now is that a lot of heroes are going to die, and that's why we're going to get these weapons. I mean, of course, the Frostmourne one, that one makes sense because we all know we can't really get Frostmourne anymore. So, that's one that makes sense right there. With Doomhammer, that right there makes me say, is Thrall going to die? Or, and here's another or, there was an alternate Doomhammer on Draenor that fell in the ocean. Is it gonna play off to where we gotta go back to Draenor to go grab that one? Possibly. It would make sense and it would work, and I think that's the only way it would work. Because otherwise than that, it's gonna be okay, unless of course, like I said, Thrall dies. And that also goes. That though is the problem with the Ashbringer though now. Knowing it, there's only been really one Ashbringer, and Tyrion Fordring is currently holding that. Does that mean Tyrion dies? It's one of those things where I know they said that we'd be shocked from it. I think that was what they used as the words for the intro thing, that there's a lot of shocking things. We're gonna go into there, and pretty much we're gonna wake up with a loss, with the world on fire. And a lot of surprising things we find out. And that's when we have to pick up the weapons from the fallen heroes. Which, in a way, that right there makes me say, okay, so Thrall does die. And, if they do kill Thrall, does that mean, they're just killing off a lot of main heroes here? And that's one thing that worried me about it. And still worries me a little bit. But, I do gotta say, I do look forward to the artifact weapons in a way. I think that's gonna be something that's a little cool added thing. Other than that, let's move on to the whole Illidan thing. So, from what I heard, Illidan's gonna be pretty pissed that we killed him. And I know what you're thinking. If we killed him, what's he doing back in this next expansion? Well, when he died, we never located his body. We didn't know what happened to his body and, what happened in that situation. Well, apparently, Maeve took his body back to the warden's, prison thing on the Broken Isles, and she trapped him in a crystal so that he could never go to the Twisting Nether, and so that his soul would just be trapped forever. Well, Gul'dan has found him, and Gul'dan is releasing him. So, from what I heard from the Q&A, Gul'dan, or not Gul'dan, but Illidan is going to be mad that we killed him. We're going to have to confront him about this. Now, is he going good or bad? Honestly, I hope he goes good. I'd really love to see an Illidan redemption story. I feel like the Illidan character was always screwed over through the whole like storyline. He absorbed the demon power just to save his people, and he still gets, you know, exiled and stuff like that. It's embarrassing for him. Then of course, then we come after him, even though he's really just trying to hide away from the Legion of Kill Jaden and stuff. But I think what's gonna happen is in the end he's gonna be mad at us, or at the beginning he's gonna be mad at us. We killed him, yada yada yada, boo hoo hoo, kill everyone, kind of thing. And it's gonna change though to him saying, "What am I doing with this Legion? This Legion is destroying a home.
I was the first, you know.
This was my once home, and I loved it
Many
here.
times.
This is where my brother and I used to chill, kind of thing here." He's gonna think of all his loved ones, and he's gonna realize, I'm a demon hunter. Why am I with this side? I think he's gonna wake up and he's gonna turn on Gul'dan with us. I think when we go and, you know, face Gul'dan in the second raid, which we know we killed Gul'dan in the second raid. Which brings me to another point here, but I'll say that after I finish with this one. So I think Illidan will help us take out Gul'dan, and with that, Illidan will become, you know, he'll help us and be good. And will he stay good though? I don't know. I wish he would, but I really don't know if he'll stay good. And I mean, that could be a huge part right there, is if he will stay good or not.
I'm out of
As for Gul'dan, we found out that he's gonna be in, you know, the final raid boss, the second raid. Now, I guarantee you there's gonna be a third raid, because there's always been a third raid. Which, that means Gul'dan is not the final boss. That means we're gonna face somebody bigger. Somebody scarier. Not surprising, to be honest with you, because we always usually have to face someone a little bit bigger or badder. Well, that's not always the case, but, you know, since Warlords, we've kind of figured that out. Mr. Pandaria, you really... Okay, it was kind of spoiled early who the final raid boss would be. Warlords, that was just pure speculation of everybody saying, I think it's going to be Archimonde, I think it's going to be Archimonde. I thought it would be Archimonde, and it was. So, I mean, that was just pure speculation. This one, there's multiple ways they could do the final raid boss with this expansion. One way they could do it is kill Jaden. We just killed Archimonde. He's pissed. We stopped him from entering Azeroth a couple years ago. He's pissed about that. You know, it could really show that he gets really angry at us and he wants revenge on us. And this time he's going to come with a full force. He's not just going to be half of him sticking out being weak. It's going to be the full might of Kill Jaden. That's one way. Now the second way is, we know in the Tomb of Sargeras, they locked up Sargeras's, like the avatar of Sargeras, which is a weaker part of, you know, Sargeras. So it would be easier for us to take him down if he was the final raid boss. But at the same time, we'd finally get to see a glimpse of Sargeras and know what he's about. Because you figure, from the storyline, we pretty much only hear of Sargeras. We've never actually seen Sargeras threaten us or anything. So, you know, it'd be interesting to finally be like, okay, so this is Sargeras. This is what Sargeras is about. He wants to kill us. I'm not surprised. Other than that, I feel as if another thing we're gonna see is something totally surprising. Possibly Illidan as the final boss. Maybe Illidan, you know, thinks about what he's done, or what he's done, and, you know, thinks, oh my god, I can have the power of the Legion. Gul'dan's gone now. And with that, you know, he comes back, He's like, I'm coming as the full boss here. I want everybody. And then he turns evil again, yada yada yada. There's one way. I mean, plus there's probably so many other Legion leaders that they could use and try to be like, oh yeah, this guy's this powerful. He's Sargeras' right-hand man. And I mean, we can't really say, oh no, he's not, because we've honestly we don't know anything about Sargeras. So I mean, something like that could work for them. That's the final raid boss. Now let's talk about the new hero class. New hero class, Demon Hunter. I know for a fact I'm really excited for Demon Hunter. I've been wanting Demon Hunter for so long. Because I said, oh, I'd love to make a Demon Hunter that looks just like Illidan and everything. With this, I've seen this, the stuff of it. You can make one that looks like Illidan. I'm pumped about that. Now, I've seen a lot of people angry about the fact that only,
I can't cast.
I mean, a lot of people have been mad that only elves can be it. And I feel like those people just don't really know much of the storyline on Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters are, they're sticking to the lore with Demon Hunters. And the Demon Hunters that you can be are actually the ones that Illidan has trained. And is, sent off to go do something 10 years ago when we were about to kill him. It's 10 years back in our time. We learned that Illidan sent off these Demon Hunters to go do something, secret on Sargeras' secret planet thing that he did. What that thing is, we don't know. But then, like, at the end of it, we know for a fact that we're gonna awake, and he's gonna, we're gonna be in the Warden's thing, being awakened. So, I mean, we're gonna learn a lot about the Demon Hunters, and I think that's gonna be an awesome experience for us. We're gonna learn so much about the lore and what happened and stuff. You never know what's gonna happen there in it, and I think that's what I'm so excited about Legion for. Is we honestly don't know anything about Legion. Like, Legion so far is nothing but a big surprise, and I think that's that's my most exciting part about it, is all the things that they could do with it and all the ways they could go with it. But other than that, I think I think there's one other thing I want to go through with you guys, and that's a little storyline here, or a little something of my thing, and it's with Anduin. So it seems like they're gonna push Anduin a little bit more in this expansion. I'm excited about that, for the reason of in Prophet Belin's vision, he's seen Anduin leading the Army of Light against the Legion. So, if they're gonna push that storyline, what better way to do it than with the Legion attacking Azeroth? Plus, with them actually putting storyline in for Anduin, I feel like it is gonna be that time. Now, this is the only speculation here that I have from watching the cinematic. If you pay close attention to the cinematic, you'll notice Anduin has a wolf thing on his shoulder. Now, if you also pay attention, you'll notice that Varian has that exact same thing on his belt buckle. Does this mean that Varian's gonna die and Anduin's gonna take that and use this to go after the Burning Legion, and this is what's gonna turn him to what he is as a paladin? I hope so. I feel like this is gonna be a great storyline that they could go with, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to the Burning Legion. We found out that the beta does start sometime later this year. My speculation with that, from a while, I've told a couple of friends that I think the beta is going to be released at BlizzCon, where BlizzCon's going to start, and they're going to say, ladies and gentlemen, the open beta has been, is open. We're going to be sending out invites. The beta is beginning, which means I think we're going to get this next expansion between spring or right before summer. I think it's going to be right around before the movie comes out. I think it's going to be an earlier release is going to be exciting for everyone. I think Legion is going to be a really fun adventure, and they could honestly take it anywhere after Legion. We could go to another planet, but I think what's going to happen is right after the Legion expansion, it's going to lead right off to the Ajara and You know, Zandalari expansion. But I think that's it for now, guys. Remember, if you like this video, to like and comment on it. If you didn't like the video, comment, tell me why. If you want to see more videos on this channel, subscribe to it. And until next time, YouTube, I'll see you guys later.